Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's going to be an exciting one because I have new products that I want to show you. I think I'm going to squeeze in a few soaping sessions and we'll see what else we can show you guys. But first things first, I want to show you my bath bombs that I made. Here are my new bath bombs. And when I started this channel, it actually took off because of my bath bomb making videos. And when I started making bath bombs a long time ago, I used water-soluble dyes, which are a great choice if you want your bath water to look gorgeously colorful without any residue once you drain the tub. I absolutely loved using water-soluble dyes. The longer I have been in business and the more I'm starting to lean into botanical ingredients and a more natural leaning company, I'm starting to realize that bath bombs made with water-soluble dyes doesn't exactly fit that kind of business. So I am challenging myself to start using natural colorants as much as possible. And of course, with bath bombs that use natural colorants, you're not going to get the amazing color show when you disperse it in the water. But what you will get, and this is what I think is more important, is a really amazing bath in which you're soaking in amazing ingredients, plant extracts, botanicals. It'll be a much better experience, I think, personally. So here are two of those scents that I've made. This is my blackberry hibiscus bath bomb, and this is a honey lavender bath bomb. For those of you that make bath bombs and use a bath bomb tray like this is an awesome tool if you want your bath bombs to come out perfectly round. The only problem is, though, is that these bath bombs have a tendency to get stuck in this tray. And I have lost bath bombs before trying to pull them out. But I've discovered a secret, and I want to show you how to get these guys out if they're stuck, which right now they are. And if I want to package them today, then I really have to get them out. Here is the secret tool to get these bath bombs out of here. What I use this for, and you can use any blunt object, maybe a hammer might be good too, but I put the bath bomb tray near the edge so that the bottom of the cavity is open. So for this bath bomb, which is pretty stuck, the bottom of this cavity is underneath here and it's exposed. So I take the wrench and I just tap it until it's loose. Let me show you the technique. So let me just find the right one. I want to pull out this one and find the cavity. I'm going to use the round part of this wrench and just tap. And I just felt it lift right there. I just pull it up. A perfectly round bath bomb that I got out of my bath bomb tray without having to destroy it or risk destroying it. Like I mentioned, this bath bomb is my blackberry hibiscus bath bomb, and these are all natural colors. With using more natural colors, the effect is always going to be a lot more muted and softer than it would be with water-soluble dyes. But when it comes to bath bombs, I really want to highlight how good the ingredients are for your skin rather than a big colorful show in the water. So let me get the rest of these bath bombs free so that I can wrap them and get them all packaged up. As I get them loose, I like to move them over so that I know how many there are left to go. Hello, we are now at my computer area. This is an angle you guys don't see very often. And yes, this is how this room looks as bright as it does on camera. It's because there's a giant spotlight that is tricking you into thinking that this room is bright, but it's not really that bright. Anyways, I wanted to show you how I've been labeling my bath bombs. It's a little bit different from what I've done before, so let me show you. Right next to my computer is this Mudbin thermal printer. And this is not a Bluetooth one, so that's why it has to be so near to my computer because I have to hook it up to my computer. And the labels that I have in the machine right now are these see-through kind of silvery labels. They're not quite glittery, not quite silver, but they're just nice. Anyways, I have been printing my bath bomb labels, the front of them, through here. So let me show you what that looks like. Here's a PNG of my label that I want to print thermally. All the thermal printers that I have from Munbin right now, they just print in black. So the labels can't be too intricate because not only does it have to be all black, but the print is not as fine as, say, printing from a laser printer. So I have to make things a little bit bolder. I lose a little bit of detail, but when it comes to certain products like my bath bombs, I'm okay with that. And also, because they are thermal labels, the labels themselves are affected by heat. They will fade over time. When you have a product label that you want longevity, like on your product for a super, super long time, then thermal labels aren't really the right choice. But if you don't make giant, giant batches of product that sit for years, it doesn't necessarily matter that the labels on your products are going to fade. That is why I have moved towards thermal labels for my bath bombs. And I'm experimenting a little bit with doing that for my other products. A product I would not recommend thermal labels for are candles, because the heat of the candle will definitely affect your thermal label. Anything that you think will be exposed to a lot of sun or a lot of heat, don't use thermal labels for that. But when it comes to products where the packaging is going to be taken off right away, or shipping labels where they're going to be on a package for literally a week or a couple weeks, thermal labels are excellent for that. So here's how it printed, and you can see that everything is clear, everything is legible. The flowers on my logo are barely really there, but you can tell that they are flowers. I have my shrink wrapped bath bombs over here, and all I have to do is just stick this on here. Let's peel it off. To make these round labels fit better on a round bath bomb, I make some cuts so that it kind of overlaps in on itself so that it curves a little bit. Just make 2 cuts there. Just make some cuts over here like that. So I press the bottom part of the label first in, kind of concentrating on the middle. I let the label curve upwards so that it sticks properly. It's not going to be perfectly flat, but I am okay with that. And then with the top part, I just fold it down and it'll overlap in on itself and create a curved surface that lies almost completely flush against the bath bomb, like that. How cute do these bath bombs look? When it comes to the ingredients part, I do something else different as well. For the ingredients, I print them on my laser printer on laser printer labels. And the reason for that is because the ingredients list is kind of long. Because I've been using a lot of botanicals, I have to fit them all on one label, and it can be a little bit tricky. Printing that small of a print on a thermal label printer, you won't be able to read it. So that's why I go with the laser printer. And it is printing right now as we speak. And here we go. This is what I mean by tiny, tiny print. And I don't like the idea of the ingredient label not conforming to the roundness of the bath bomb and crinkling up and possibly overlapping to the point where you can't read some of the text. So I use these. These are cupcake cups. Cupcake liners. These are cupcake liners. Take one. I place a sticker, one of these guys, place it on the bottom like so. And it actually, this label fits perfectly on the bottom of these cupcake liners. And then I place my bath bomb in the little cupcake like that. And then I shrink wrap everything one more time so that everything is sealed in nicely. Once it has that last layer of shrink wrap around it, this is what it looks like with the ingredients very clearly in the back. There's the front of it, and everything is sealed in a convenient little package that happens to also look incredibly adorable. These look like little cupcake puffs. Someday I would love to work with a box designer to create custom packaging for my bath bombs. I am always looking for better and better ways to package up my bath bombs. I'm changing up things all the time, as you guys know. This seems to be a really good way that I can have the ingredients clearly legible, and also have a special label at the front of it that that sparkly, shiny. Does it come through in the camera? I hope it does. It's a very shiny, holographic almost type of label that is thermally printed so it doesn't use up any ink. And the labels themselves, if you buy them in enough bulk, they end up being the same amount as these guys, these laser printed labels. So these are actually kind of cheaper, a little bit more cost effective. If you guys are wondering about the thermal printer and also these labels, there's a link to that down below. I actually really want to do some gardening. I've been slowly but surely taming the wildness that's out there. And it's been so fun. I can't believe how much I've taken to it. I look forward to it every time. Where did my scissors go? Where the heck? I had them just a second ago. Oh, here they are. Found them. And when I take you on a little field trip and show you the backyard and the garden, you're going to be amazed at the transformation. It's just a transformed space that I love being in so much. When it comes to bath bomb packaging, because of their weird shape, they're round, it can be hard to know how to package them. The simplest way, and the way that I have been doing it for years and still actually do, is shrink wrapping them. I have a shrink wrap system, and I have that also linked down below. The shrink wrap that I use is biodegradable. It protects my bath bombs. I haven't had a bath bomb shipment fail in years. I can't even remember the last time I had one. It's been a long time. But when it comes to cost-effective ways to package product, you can't really beat that shrink wrap machine. I know that the system itself can seem expensive, and any business equipment tends to be. It's up to you to sit down and think about whether or not that investment is going to be worth it for your company. I know for me, the deciding factor in buying that shrink wrapping machine was because I needed bath bombs shrink wrapped quickly, a lot of them fast, because I was doing farmers markets. I had online orders. I needed something that was going to give me a packaging solution that was able to get my bath bombs out the door faster. And that machine is it. I was also having difficulty in the very beginning shipping bath bombs and having them arrived destroyed. It might have been my formula, which has gotten a lot better over the years. Now my bath bombs are pretty rock hard. But even with rock hard bath bombs, if you don't protect them enough, if humidity gets into the bath bomb, then they are going to disintegrate. They're going to do what bath bombs do, and that's activate. And it really compromises the integrity of the bath bomb. So what I like the shrink wrap for is it has that layer of protection that keeps the humidity out. And I live in a very humid state, so I need that protection. Look at my cute little army of bath bombs. Don't these look so adorable? Super, super cute. Hey guys, it is the next day and I'm just about to pour my best-selling soap. And I'm excited because I am attempting to do this by using all natural colors for the first time. We'll see how it turns out. It could turn out terrible. Wish me luck. So I have here my 24-pound Jericho mold by Winston and Walter, and I absolutely love this mold. I've been using it a ton, so I'm getting familiar with it, although big slab molds like this could take a little getting used to. So if you're feeling intimidated, wait, because it's no joke, these guys. You're making a lot of soap at once, and you don't want to make a batch that is ruined because you're rushing into it. I have my first layer here. This is my base layer, my white layer. I'm just gonna pour it right into the mold. And when it comes to lavender, this always moves really slowly for me. Really, really slowly. It's a very fluid batter. But I'm also working with tallow, so tallow soap batter tends to move very slowly. So I have the other colors, and I'm a little nervous because they're looking a little blue, a little gray, a little darker than what I was hoping for. And this is a color that I achieved naturally from alkanet root powder that's been infused in some sunflower oil. And this is not exactly the color that I was expecting. Again, I'm not sure how this is going to look once the soap is cured. I have two different buckets here because one of them has a little bit of Brazilian purple clay in it and clover powder, red clover powder. and some other really great things. So I'm hoping that the two will be different colors once poured, and you can discern the difference between the two of them better. There's the first layer. You know, if it's blue, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not going to swirl it with my stick tool right now because it's so liquid that it's swirling on its own without me having to do anything. And I think it's gonna be pretty. Like, just looking at this looks really nice right now. But what I'm gonna do, because it's so liquid, is give it some time to set it up just a little bit, because I like a chunkier batter for my tops and for other swirling. Okay, I think some good time has passed. We're gonna keep going. Yes, it is setting up nicely now. You can definitely see the two tones of the swirl colors. They look very blue still. They might lighten up to a purple. We'll see. Get to that point that I really like. And though this is definitely not what I was expecting, I still really like it. It is so moody looking. I'm going to line where the loaves are going to be cut so that I can place my top swirls a little bit better. I noticed when I was cutting a soap in my loaf cutter that the swirls weren't exactly where I wanted them to be. Like they weren't centered very well. And I was thinking, like, why is it like that? And I realized that I have not been doing this step, the making the line to show where it's going to be cut, to help guide me, which is so helpful. And even though it was setting up nicely now, I don't know if it's ready to be textured. Okay, I think we're almost, yeah, we're there. We're there. Actually, I think it could be a little stiffer. Kale and I have signed up for our very first in-person vending event in America. It's going to be a little community gathering. The table is $10, very low risk, and it'll give me the opportunity to meet my neighbors and let them know that there is a soap maker in their midst, a local soap maker that they can get soap from. So we're super excited about this opportunity. Oh, do you hear Dempsey going? Not sure why she's barking, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna retexture now that a little bit more time has gone by. I like them just a little bit more chunkier than this. But I love this soap because even if it accelerates at a really slow pace, I can step away, do a few things, and let it settle until it gets to the optimal texture, consistency that I'm looking for. And this is actually perfect right here. Yeah, so Kale and I are very excited about this opportunity to vend. The store that Kale and I have our products in, that has been going really well. We want to continue with it. We think as the weather warms up, it's going to be even better. Just a lot of good things going on right now. longer to do these swirls because they're kind of bugging me. You know what I mean? For those who swirl your soap, you know what I mean? How they like just not swirling right. No, there's just something about like a specific swirl that I'm looking for, and this swirl isn't coming together as nicely as my usual swirls. Not sure what's going on. Anyways, that's as good as it's gonna look. So I'm just gonna finish the soap off with some beautiful lavender buds. So light sprinkle along the top. If the soap stays this deep blue color, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's not what I planned. It's so hard with natural colorants, and it can take some batches of tweaking and experimenting, not just at the soaping level, but at the infusion level as well. I wonder if my infusion method caused this. I used a mixture of hot and cold together, where I heated the alkanet root up in the oil for a few hours, and then I let it sit for a while as well. So maybe that's it. That's why if you're choosing to infuse oils to get natural soap colors, you have to keep notes. You have to know exactly what you did, or else you'll be wondering what the heck, and you won't know how to recreate it. I'm going to do a light mica mist on top. So here is the poured finished soap up close. Looking through the screen of my camera, this looks so beautiful. I love the subtle sheen and sparkle of that light layer of mica. So I have more tweaking to do, but I'm determined to get a purple naturally through alkanet. I just have to do some more experimenting, I think. So I am just going to clean up and let the soap cure and see you tomorrow. Hey guys, it is the next day, and you have to see how different the soap looks. It's incredible. Wow. It's purple. Remember how blue it was? It was like a navy blue. Definitely is purple now. It's kind of a gray purple, but it's definitely purple. The Monstera soaps that I like to do as well are still kind of blue. Yeah, unsure about that. One thing I do know is that this will continue to get more purple over time. This is actually not even the final color yet. It'll keep turning as it saponifies. So that's so incredibly exciting, and I'm really, really happy about this beautiful soap. And moving it to my platform, I'm gonna pull out my trusty slab cutter, and this is from Custom Craft Tools. This is a bit of a tricky log splitter to put together, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so awkward. You basically get the wire guy to go underneath and over, and then there's these ridges on the side that let you really control how thick you want your loaf to be. And I've marked with a marker what my loaf size is, so I just have to get it down to that point. So when I first bought this, having the wire here was a little bit tricky because of how loose it is. It could come out of these notches pretty easily. But Custom Craft Tools has an upgrade to this. There are these guards that you can slide onto this area, and it keeps the wire in place, which is awesome, because I have cut loaves where it wasn't at the right spot because it had moved a little bit and the loaf was wonky. So with this little upgrade, which only costs $10, by the way, it's pretty secure in here. So now all I have to do is run my loaf through the loaf cutter. So here is the first loaf. Second loaf. So here are the final cut soaps. It's translating as kind of gray through this camera here, but you can see there's still that hint of blue that the soap looked like when, or the purple part of it was pretty blue when it was wet, and it is morphing into this gray purple color. I do think that it will get more purple over time, but this is just so beautiful. It looks so sophisticated. It absolutely looks like a French lavender soap to me, and I just really love it. You can tell that there are two tones to the swirls. This one especially, you can see the swirl where there was more stuff in it, where it had the red clover powder, where it had the Brazilian purple clay, and then there's that lighter swirl over there. And I just think it looks mesmerizing. I love it. Hey guys, it is another day and I am currently trying to fulfill orders. I'm getting a surge of soap orders, which is awesome. I think those are the reels and the social media posts that seem to get the most traction, which is why it's the product that is going kind of nuts right now in terms of sales. I'm so thankful about that because that really is my first love, is the soap making. So I'm glad that people are starting to recognize the awesome soap that I make, not to brag about myself a little bit. But we're still getting sales of other things too, and I continue to experiment with my packaging. I have these shrink bands on now on my jars for my lotion. We'll see if this is enough to keep the jar sealed during shipment. It's kind of an experiment. But another thing that I've been adding to my jars to give them that special touch is this sticker on the lid. It's this holographic sticker. This will just be on there for now until I get my lasers back up and running, my laser machines, because I think that's what I want to do with the jars, is just laser my logo and my name on the tops of all the jars. But it's going to be a pretty busy day today. We have a ton of orders on the board. I have to go to the shop that I have my product in and restock. So we're going to be doing that today as well. And some really good news that I'm excited about is I'm going to be vending at my first in-person show. Because I film these vlogs over a couple of days and because I'm so busy, sometimes I don't even know if I talked about the thing or not, but I sent in an application for a in-person show that's gonna happen in my neighborhood. It's like a little event. I need to stock up for that. I'm just really, really excited and thankful for that opportunity. I think it's time. I think it's time to start doing that again. I'm not gonna do a ton of shows for sure, but there really is no reason why I shouldn't do this one. It's in my neighborhood. The table is only $10. I do think that I have product that people are in this area are going to love, so why not? Speaking of in-person events, one key piece of equipment I definitely need for that kind of thing is some sort of wagon to transport my product and display items from my car to my table. I usually just carry stuff, doing multiple trips back and forth until everything is unloaded, which you can probably guess is really time consuming. So when Bouge RV asked me to review their electronic foldable wagon, I said absolutely. Here is me assembling it, and the wagon was very nicely packaged. The instructions were really easy to follow, and I was able to put everything together in about 20 minutes. This wagon is powered by a battery that you can recharge by plugging it in, and this connects to the handle of the wagon. From the handle, you can move the wagon forwards or backwards with levers. This wagon has the capacity to move 440 pounds all on its own with just a push of a button. I'm not the strongest person, so this all sounded incredible. Here is the battery that powers the wagon, and this slips into the back like so, and this is easily ejected by pulling that yellow knob. So I have the battery plugged in, and all I have to do now apparently is to turn this on. And nothing is happening. Okay, update on this guy. I spent some time off camera trying to see if there was something wrong with the connection, but it just won't start. I know this is supposed to face the other way, but I had unhooked it and tried to play around with this connection. I don't think that's it. And I also don't think it's the battery, because the battery is its own unit and it can actually serve as a power bank. That turns on just fine. And it's at around 75% power, so there should be no reason why that battery is not powering this wagon. And it's so frustrating because I think if this wagon did work, it would be awesome for me to use as a wagon that I can take with me to events or even using around the house. But if it doesn't power up, then there is no point in spending this kind of money on the wagon. So what I'm going to do is reach out to Bouge RV and see if there can be something done. Maybe this is a faulty unit. As a wagon itself, it's nice, it's well made, it's sturdy, but the price point is because of its electronic function. It can do all sorts of things, which I was hoping to demo for you guys, but it just won't start. I suspect because the battery works and because this connection is okay, that there might be something wrong with the actual battery holder itself. The way it's positioned underneath the wagon is a little strange. I think the actual problem is the fact that the battery is not connecting to the power unit in this wagon properly. I have looked at so many videos on YouTube on the Bouge RV, and also the reviews on Amazon are all really, really good. I do think it's just a faulty battery carrier thing, which one of the reviews that I saw on Amazon described that their unit would not turn on, and they also suspect it had something to do with the way the battery is connected to the machine. So I don't want to fault Bouge RV just yet. I do think it's just the wagon that they sent me. I would love to do an updated review with a unit that actually works. So let's put this on hold for now. So I managed to clear my board of orders, which is awesome because coming up, I'm releasing May's Soap of the Month. And for the tier on Patreon that has locked in their bar, they've reserved and guaranteed their bar of soap. Thank you so much to you guys. You're going to be getting that bar in the next couple of days. I'm going to try to ship them out the first week of May. For this month, we got quite a few signups to the Soap of the Month tier, so I won't have as many available on my website that I did for the cherry soap. But I am working on the next batches of the Soap of the Month soap to be bigger and bigger. I do want to make more. People seem to really like these special soaps that are special for either the ingredient or the design or both. I really do hate that the interest is there and I can't provide that to you. So I'm absolutely going to be working on that for June's Soap of the Month. I'm going to try to make enough for everybody. I am super happy though with how these French lavender soaps turned out. This is the color after a few days. It looks like it's going to settle on a gray purple color, which is fine. I think it looks beautiful. I want to keep trying to get that true purple that I know you can achieve through alkanet root. And there are a few things that I think I could tweak in order to get there, but I'm going to have to do that for the next batch of soap. This version of the French lavender soap will be available as of May 1st. I'm so excited for you guys to get your hands on it. I absolutely love this bar. And it smells so, so good. But that is the video for today. I'm really excited for the next video where I take you guys outside with me. I keep promising you guys that, but I'm actually going to do it for the next video where I will also show you May's Soap of the Month, and will release that soap to be available to the rest of my customers on my website. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a really good one. If you guys thought the cherry blossom soap was beautiful, you're going to love May's Soap of the Month. I really hope you guys join me for that next video. And until that next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and keep making beautiful things like naturally colored French lavender soaps. Bye guys.